Hello, guys, and welcome. I've got a quick-ish story to tell you, and that is that Cristian Stellini has theoretically been sacked by Tottenham after yesterday's defeat to Newcastle. He will no longer be in charge of Tottenham Hotspur. Ryan Mason has been put on interim charge until the end of the season. Obviously, anyone that watches the Premier League will know exactly what happened yesterday. I mean, to concede 5 goals in 20 minutes was absolutely shocking. I was sat here watching the game and I couldn't believe it, like at all. And yeah, he has now departed Tottenham Hotspur. So he will not be in charge now until the end of the season. I think action did need to be taken after yesterday's defeat. It was hard to keep him in charge. You know, even if he is just interim basis, I think he had to go. I think he'd done all he could at Spurs. The time he had, and you know, again, it's another one of those things at Spurs. You know, Antonio Conte literally said just a couple of months, I think about a month ago or something like that, just over a month ago, that no matter what sort of manager comes in, Tottenham are going to struggle. And again, you've seen that under Stellini. He had his own ideas after taking over from Conte on an interim basis. You know, it was a bit of a surprise that they appointed him. You know, many people thought he would depart with Conte. He didn't. To be honest, it didn't shock me because I think that's just the sort of decision Tottenham make in our days. I mean, they've been doing it now for strange decisions for a couple of years, maybe even longer. From what I've seen, it's definitely been a couple of years. I think the appointment of Conte was the wrong appointment. I don't think he was the right manager at the right time. But I do agree with Conte. It just seems to me like no matter who they get in, they're going to struggle. Again, I think Ryan Mason's going to struggle. I know he's had the interim job at Tottenham before, but I honestly think he's going to struggle to get the best out of any one of those players at the minute. I mean, even subbing your own goalkeeper off at half time, it just tells its own story for Spurs at the minute. Your goalkeeper has conceded 5 goals in the first half, and then you replace him at half time. Bearing in mind, not only is he your goalkeeper, but he is your captain. So your goalkeeper, who is your captain, is taken off at half-time because he has conceded 5 goals against Newcastle. Now, don't get me wrong, Newcastle have turned into a very, very solid team. But it's not like they're a Manchester City or a Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? It's Newcastle, who in hindsight, if you look at their squad, shouldn't have players that are as good as you said Spurs. Would you pick Pope over Lloris? Yes. Would you pick most defenders for Newcastle over Tottenham? It'd be a mix. The midfield, you'd say Bruno Guimaraes, definitely. In my opinion, maybe Højbjerg from Spurs. You think at the wingers, you know, you think first person that comes to mind is, for me, Son, Kulusevski, Kane, you'd pick. So in theoretically, Spurs should have the better players, and yet there were nothing. I cannot see, talking about Kane, I cannot see Harry Kane staying at Spurs beyond the summer. I really can't. I'll be shocked if Harry Kane is there after the international break in September when they all come back for the first Premier League game of the season. The first Premier League game after the first international break, which is obviously, you know, end of August, beginning of September time. I'll be shocked if he is there. I mean, he scored a good goal yesterday, but they couldn't get him into the game. So I think he will definitely be one of those names out the door. I think the whole squad just needs a revamp. I think get rid of, you know, dead weight. You know, I think they need a better goalkeeper than Hugo Lloris, in my opinion. You know, Hugo Lloris, I think he's still got some quality in him, but I don't think he's right for Tottenham. He makes too many mistakes, so that'd be the first one. You know, you think of dead weight in defence, you think, you know, we could talk about quite a few, to be fair. You know, we've got Davinson Sanchez, Longlay's coming in, he's done absolutely nothing on loan from Barcelona. Tanganga doesn't get games. You know, you'd say sell him off. I'd keep Dyer, I'd keep Romero, personally. Again, you're thinking about dead weight at left back, you're thinking Reguilon came in, done nothing, now on loan at Atletico Madrid. that's most of the defence there getting revamped. Emerson Royale, he's another one you could say at right back. Pedro Porro maybe deserves a bit of time. He has only just joined, but Emerson's been there a while now and done absolutely nothing. You think midfield, you think Oliver Skip doesn't really do much when he comes in. Bissouma has been a shadow of the player. Yeah, you could say he deserves more time, but for me, I just don't think he's right for Tottenham. I'd keep Højbjerg. I think he's a solid midfielder. I'd keep Son. I'd keep Kulusevski. I'd maybe get rid of Lucas Moura. He's another one that doesn't really play. Sessegnon is probably another one. Maybe cash in on him if possible. Hasn't really done much. But yeah, it's going to take a lot. And now to get rid of, even to technically sack an interim manager is bad enough. I mean, it's you could say the same thing about Lampard. He's come in and done absolutely nothing with Chelsea. They had the Champions League. He's lost more games than he's won. So, it's very difficult for Spurs. I mean, they were in such a good position like 4 or 5 years ago under Pochettino, playing well, even got to a Champions League final. I mean, he had Spurs playing, did Pochettino. I mean, obviously, they will be looking for a manager. There's rumours of Kompany, but apparently, from what I've heard, Kompany wouldn't be interested in taking over at Spurs. I think he'd probably see disarray there and thought, no thanks. He's probably listening to Antonio Conte and thinking, no manager is going to go into that club and save that club. It's going to take a miracle. I mean, you're looking at who could be candidates. The rumours of Mauricio Pochettino, but he's now the favourite for the Chelsea job. So they might miss out on Mauricio Pochettino. Would you want to go down that road? I mean, there's Luis Enrique, who we know has, talks with Chelsea have stopped between Luis Enrique and Chelsea. So you could say, okay, maybe there's Luis Enrique. He could do something with Spurs, maybe. There's Nagelsmann, but I don't think Nagelsmann would want to go to Spurs. I don't think he'd want to manage a team outside of the Champions League. Obviously, talks with him and Chelsea have also stopped. He's pulled himself out of that race. But yeah, it's just crazy that they get absolutely hammered by Newcastle, and now they've sacked the interim manager as well. So it's where do they go from here? The next game is obviously against my team, Manchester United. That'll be an interesting one. See what Ryan Mason can do. Are Spurs motivated for the rest of the season? No. Are they playing for anything? Not really. Do I think they're going to get top 4? No. I don't think there's any chance they're getting top 4 on current form. No, definitely not. Obviously, it'll be Arsenal and Manchester City. I do think United will get in there, and I think Liverpool. But yeah, it's a strange one, to say the least, for Tottenham at the minute, to just get rid of your interim manager. Supposed to see through to the end of the season. There's obviously, I think, 6 games left, so not long to go. Should he have maybe stuck it out? In my opinion, probably. I can't see Ryan Mason doing any better. But anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Good decision, bad decision, let me know. If you did enjoy, obviously please do leave a like, and please subscribe for more videos like this. Anyway guys, I will see you soon.